Hey Gemini, I'm David and welcome to Boogie Intuition. I'm here to do your tarot reading for the month of August. If you're new to tarot, please keep in mind that this is a general reading. So I might not pick up on all your energy, but I might have a little bit here for you. So only take the bits and pieces that does resonates with you. And if it does not resonate, please leave it here and just check me out next time. Let's go ahead and jump right in. What message do you have for Gemini for the month of August? What message do you have for Gemini for the month of August? So, starting off, Gemini, we have the Nine of Swords. Anxiety, nightmares, depression, worry, fear. Something has you concerned. Clarify the Nine of Swords. Clarify the Nine of Swords. Followed by the Four of Swords. Rest, solitude, rejuvenation, introspection, meditation. Hmm. What has you stressed out? Maybe there's like a lot on your mind, Gemini, where like you're losing sleep. Like something has you overly concerned. Clarify the Four of Swords. The Knight. The Knight of Cups flipped over, so go ahead and take it. Romance, charm, creativity, sen- emotional sensitivity. I don't know. I feel like this can go either way right now, to be honest. Like some of you, excuse me, meaning that some of you might be a little bit concerned or over stressed out, and either could be love or work department. Because with the Knight of Cups, I feel like it's something that you have a certain passion or care for. And the reason why I think it could be both, because say if you're working on like a project, or like say if it was something that's work related, you you want it to go well, and maybe you are dealing with some situation that makes you concerned that things are not going how you expected it to go. Or say if this could also be in your love department, say if like if you not if you feel like your relationship is running into excuse me, running into like some challenges, like maybe you're not sure if it's gonna last or something has you stressed out. Maybe you're concerned that your partner could be stepping out on you, but something has you up at night, as you see in this Nine of Swords energy, that has you not able to sleep. Then we have the Lovers card coming out. Love, harmony, relationships, photos, excuse me, choices, partnerships, and union. So yeah, this definitely could be in a relationship department. Maybe for some of you, if you're not in a relationship, maybe you're like concerned that you might not find someone that suits you. If that is how you're feeling right now, Gemini, um, only thing I could say for that, just try to find a way to love unto yourself. Like I've, I don't know. For me, I kind of, um, I don't want to say like I don't understand people who feel like concerned or like upset about being single. Um, the reason I don't understand it because I guess I've found ways to, I guess, fill that void. And maybe like some of you are struggling on the way to like keep yourself happy or content with, like, pretty much maybe this is an opportunity for you to love unto yourself more. There's always a possibility for people to like have or develop like friends with benefits scenarios, like some temporary companionship. Maybe that's something that you might excuse me, you should consider. Like you might better find someone who also is looking for something that's like light like that, nothing too serious. I feel like that's common nowadays where a lot of people are just like testing the waters. They're not quick to try to rush into something quickly. And maybe if that's something that you haven't been open to, maybe this is something you should consider. Then we have the Emperor card: authority, structure, stability, leadership. So with the Emperor card, it makes me think that again, like this again, this could apply to like work and personal like relationship. Because with the Emperor, maybe the reason why, at least for some of you, if it is love or relationship related, the reason why it is challenging for you to, I guess, retain some type of long term relationship is maybe some of you are coming off a little bit too controlling. So that's what's coming to me now with that. But if it's in regards to work, though, maybe some of the stress or the concern is due to because you are in a leadership position, and some of the, I guess, the outcome or the results that's happening was mainly your decision making and your concern that is not going well and is going to fall onto your shoulders. Next, we have the Eight of Swords coming out. Feeling trapped, mental imprisonments, victim mentality, limiting beliefs. Yeah, I just feel like there's a lot of like you're gonna be doing a lot of what's the best way, like in your mind contemplating a lot of thoughts, feeling something's gonna have you doing a lot of thinking and worry, and it does like with the Eight of Swords. I feel like you're not sure what the best decision to make, right? Maybe there are like a certain expectation you put on yourself where you're you want to see success in both departments of your life, but and you just feel like a lot of people are relying on you or expect a lot of, I guess, good results from you, or maybe for yourself, you thought that you was gonna be, if you're not in a relationship, you thought that it was gonna be easy for you to find someone that suits you, and you just concerned that it's not as easy. Then we have the Fool card: new beginning, spontaneity, freedom, optimism. Okay, I like the Fool card considering the full, I guess, the full layout right now, because the Fool card makes me believe that some of you are going to try to do something a little bit different. Like, however you've been navigating prior to, I guess, up to date, you starting to recognize that some pieces are not working. So you're going to try to make some changes, and it could lead to a different outcome. So I'm glad to see that, because what they say, if you continue to do the same thing over and over again, is that insanity? But it looks like some of you is gonna do some type of switch, what could help progress further to whatever you're hoping to see some progress in. Then we have the Hangman upside down: surrender, letting go, suspension, new pro, perspectives. I like the Hangman in reverse in this regard, because it's not it doesn't, because sometimes Hangman could, in the regular upright, it could be like a resistant to change, like either you're resisting to change and or the people you're trying to convince or working with is resistant. But with in reverse, I feel like maybe this is you making some concession within yourself, like, hey, this for me hasn't been working so far, but it looks like for some of you, you're gonna decide to implement some change, maybe within yourself, or maybe how you was making certain decisions that could possibly, excuse me, could possibly lead you or move you from this state of overly concern or worry to maybe opening up the doors for new possibilities for you. Let's go ahead and do another shuffle and pull. Let's see what other messages we can get to come out for you. Okay, now we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse, imbalance, overwhelm, inability to prioritize, lack of focus, financial instability. I don't know. Every time I see the Two of Pentacles guys, I feel like there's a lot of juggling. Like, and instantly, like juggling, overworked. So I feel like some of you are feeling gonna feel overworked in August. Um, then we have the Four of Swords in reverse. They came out burnt out, restlessness, lack of introspection, feeling trapped. So it's in a sense of the Two of Pentacles followed by the Four of Swords. It sort of makes me feel like you're gonna feel, Gemini, that you're gonna feel exhausted, but you have no choice but to do it, because if you don't do it, who else gonna do it? Like you feel like you must continue your effort, even though it might make you feel exhausted, because you're the only person that you can depend on. Then we have the Nine of Wands, resilience, determination, perseverance, courage, strength. So yeah, I feel like you not only, excuse me, not only are you gonna feel overwhelmed and you're gonna be doing a lot of work, you're gonna be working a lot as we see, but at the same time, you're doing it because your excuse me, your mind is determined, or your focus is determined to achieve whatever you putting forth energy in. Maybe you're trying to um make a big purchase. I feel like this is like a overall, and I'm sorry to use this term, but like it makes me think of like a hustle mentality. And what I mean by that is, at least the way I think of it is like, when at least when the times I've been through, that mentality is like my thoughts or how I live my life was like mainly focused on doing things that was earning me money, or that was putting me in the direction to make more money. So I remember during that time frame, just for myself and not to talk too much about myself, I didn't really care about like much of yes, the social aspect of life or entertainment. I wasn't really trying to hang out with anyone. I wasn't really I wasn't that much talkative with people I knew. I was just work, school, work, school, work, school, and then I had like also a side job. So I was just constantly focused on like working, and if I wasn't working, I was doing my part-time job, and then if I wasn't doing that, I was studying. So I feel like this is what, at least for some of you, how your mentality is going to be throughout August, where you're just going to be laser focused on working on whatever you're trying to achieve. Then we have the Sun card in reverse, lack of energy, negativity, setbacks, delay. Yeah, with the Sun card in reverse, I feel like that should just be expected for you guys. So keep that in mind. And what that could represent, like you're gonna run into some unexpected challenges or roadblocks. It could be something minor, such as you might encounter a flat tire, if and because this is kind of like, in my mind, how life works, where there's always a wrench. Just make sure you're like having some type of emergency funds to set to the side, just in case something unexpected might come your way. Then we have the Eight of Wands in reverse, delays, miscommunication, slow progress, lack of movement. Now, with the Eight of Wands in reverse, Gemini, I feel like this is not necessarily your energy. I feel like some of the things that you're gonna want to happen quickly, like maybe you're seeking the approvals for something, or maybe if you're you're applying for a new job or a better job, it seemed like there's a little bit of a delay in which how quickly you would get back the answer. Just try to maintain some patience if you're like waiting for a decision to be made. Um, then we have the two of swords, balance, choices, difficult decisions, compromise, inner conflict. I feel like with the two of swords, and in regards to this, it could be a combination of mm, uh, if you I hate to say it like this because I feel like overall, just so I can besides the last two cards, Gemini, most of this just prior to the last two cards, most of this seemed like it's mostly just your own energy that was coming out. But with the last two, the Eight of Wands and then the Two of Swords, I feel like these are not your energies. I feel like the the delay in communication or slow progress is like you depending on someone else to give you the final decision. But then like with the Two of Swords coming out again, I feel like either this is your um outside conflicts, maybe if you might be running into some people who might express like they're not happy with like some of the things or what you're working towards. Like they might express some type of like question you like why are you doing this or why are you planning on doing that? So you might have to like I guess brush them off, or this could be you trying to if you have been working alongside or trying to build something with someone. It it seemed like there might be a little bit of tension there where not everyone is on board. Let's clarify. Clarify the Two of Swords. Clarify the Two of Swords. Then we have the Temperance cards in reverse, imbalance, disharmony, especially. Yeah. So this definitely could be more so like people are not fully on board with what you're working towards, Gemini. So just keep that in mind. I don't think this is gonna stop you. I just think usually when this shows up, maybe this gonna be like a also a sign because in the top part of this, that seems like you are already gonna be overworking, but with this bottom row that's coming out now, it feels like people not gonna fully support your vision or your idea. So just be prepared to just do it alone, because sometimes you just have to work harder to prove people wrong. And I feel like some of you might feel that you might have to do that because I'll definitely appreciate and understand like why you're the effort and the energy of what you're working towards. But if people are not fully on board, you just have to be prepared to essentially prove them wrong. And some of you might be feeling that way throughout August, where you don't really have strong support around you, and you just got to work harder to make your own dreams come true. Then we have the Chariot in reverse, lack of direction, aggressions, lack of control. Yeah, don't let that beat you down, Gemini, because I feel like with the Chariot in reverse, I feel like this is coming out as like a more defeatist type of um attitude, whereas like some of you gonna be upset that things are not gonna go as perfectly as you planned it or wanted them to go. So some of you gonna be up in your feels, might get a little bit irritated with life or people. But I just feel like I guess how I think about how I guess life works is well, if one door doesn't open up for you, then you just try to go through another one. And if that one doesn't open up, then try another one. I think that's kind of why a lot of people um unfortunately don't see any progress towards their own dream fulfillment is because they just think of like one route to get there. And if that route doesn't go perfectly, or if that door doesn't open up for them to go through it, they just stop and never try another I guess another door in this case. So if you do feel like what you're building or working towards is not going your way, try something different. And not meaning give up on what you're ultimately working towards, but maybe there's just like a little bit of like I guess in this case a different door that you might need to try to knock on or go through. Just don't give up. Just not everyone is going to be on board. I mean, just think about from an outside perspective. There's billions of people on the planet, right? So not everyone is going to understand your vision and going to be quick to jump on board, but you just need to work harder to find those people who do understand what you're building or what you're working towards, and those people are out there somewhere. You just gotta probably work harder to find those people or find that door where people are gonna open up for you and be on board with what you're building. So don't defeat yourself. Just keep pushing. And if people don't understand you or not on board, just understand like, well, those are people that just you might just have to, I guess, exclude from your overall plan. But this is the message I got for you guys. Let me know what you think about it. If you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up, leaving a comment, and subscribing to my channel. Besides that, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.